From the Collins Aerospace Studio at the Nordloff Center in downtown Rockford, it's time for Bergstrom's State Line Quiz Bowl.
And welcome to Bergstrom's State Line Quiz Bowl. We've got a great second round matchup for you today, and I can spoil the result in advance because it's going to be won by a team wearing black shirts and orange bow ties. Our first team today is the Winnebago Indians, who won their first round match behind 8 correct answers from Carson, who's also serving as the captain. So Carson, let's meet you and your team again.
To my left is Linnea, to my right is Merrick, and to my far right is Micah.
Welcome. And up against you, but matching you perfectly in outfits, we have Byron. Byron also with an impressive win in round 1, also led by 8 correct answers, but this time by Hayden. Ben, though, you're the captain. Let's meet your team.
Oh, okay. On my far right is Hayden, on my near right is George, and on my left is Evan.
Welcome. You've already played and won, you know how this works. So we started off with the buzz-in round, which is brought to you by Rockford University. Fingers on buzzers, good luck, here we go. What band whose song Lux Aeterna appears on its 2020, Carson?
Metallica.
Metallica. There's a lot more after that, all the way down to Enter Sandman. What monarch owned the horse Bucephalus, who died shortly, that's Merrick?
Alexander the Great.
Is correct. What quantity, which for carbon-14 is roughly 5,730, Hayden?
Half-life.
Half-life is correct. In June 2024, what state mandated that all schools teach the Bible, even as its supreme, that is Ben?
Louisiana.
Is incorrect, I'm sorry, so we're going to finish it for Winnebago. Even as its Supreme Court blocked approval of a religious public charter school. Carson?
Oklahoma.
Is correct. What state where Congressman Ruben Gallego is running in, that is, I heard a buzz, that was just the points. I will start reading the question again. What state where Congressman Ruben Gallego is running in 2024 to replace former Democratic Senator Kyrsten Sinema is a southwestern swing state? That's Merrick.
Nevada.
Is incorrect. Byron with a chance if they want it. George?
New Mexico.
It's Arizona. Cape Angela, which contains the northernmost point on mainland Africa, is found in what country? Hayden?
Morocco.
Incorrect, I'm afraid. Merrick?
Tunisia.
Is correct.
Okay.
What surname is shared by a California governor recalled in 2003, an actress known for her eyes named Betty, and the president of Hayden? Incorrect, I'm sorry. And the president of the Confederacy? Carson?
Davis.
Is correct. Gray Davis, various other Davises. What Italian author wrote about William of Baskerville, a friar asked to investigate a murder in the philosophical mystery The Name of the Rose? Carson?
Puccini.
Incorrect. That's not in time, I'm afraid. That is Umberto Eco, E-C-O. What kingdom used Ibuto regiments to trigger a series of population displacements called the Mfakane under kings Dingane, Sechuayo, and Shaka? Merrick?
Zulu.
Correct. In 1971, Daniel Ellsberg leaked what set of documents which concluded that the U.S., that is Carson,
Pentagon Papers.
is correct for 10, that the U.S. military had lied to Congress about Vietnam. What book, whose sequel, White Bird, continues the story of the bully Julian, was written by R.J. Palacio about Augie, a boy with a face, that is Carson?
Wonder.
Wonder is correct. The bridal chorus comes from what Richard Wagner opera named after a knight of the Holy Grail? Carson?
Siegfried.
Incorrect. Byron with a chance if they want it. That's time. That's Lohengrin. Next question. What scientist names a statement about fermions that means that at most 2 electrons can be in the same orbital? That is Ben.
Aufbau.
Sorry, no. I'll finish for Winnebago. 2 electrons can be in the same orbital, called his exclusion principle. Linnea, say it again.
Polly.
Yes. What 10-letter adjective describes novels written in the form of letters, such as Samuel Carson?
Epistolary?
Is correct. And that's the end of the round. So Winnebago with 100 and Byron with 10. We'll see you for the volleyball round after this. And welcome back to Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl. We've got a 100-10 game right now, but the volleyball round will give the teams chance to collaborate with their teammates and make a change there. But before we get into the volleyball round, I'd like to thank our judge today, which is Lynn Stainbrook, the Executive Director of the Rockford Public Library. Thank you for your help today, Lynn, and making sure that everything is on the up and up. So in our volleyball round, I'd like all the answers to come from the captains. That's Riley, that's George. We start with a question for Byron. We know how it works by now. Good luck. For Byron, a plain, unadorned capital is typical of what order of column in ancient Greek architecture, which is simpler than the Ionic and Corinthian?
Simple.
It's called the Doric order. Over to Winnebago. In July 2024, what party lost 234 seats, including that of former leader Liz Truss, in a landslide defeat to Keir Starmer's Labour Party in Britain?
Conservative?
Yes, or Tory, either one would have worked. Byron, in what country did Patriarch Nikon's 1653 reforms cause a major schism, which resulted in a movement of so-called Old Believers?
Russia?
That's right. Winnebago. What landmark, which is formed on the Ion Tapui in Kanaima National Park, is named for an American aviator and is the world's tallest waterfall?
Niagara? Niagara Falls?
No, it's Angel Falls. That guy's name is Jimmy Angel. Byron. Australia is planning a national park for what marsupials that scientists have become vaccinating against chlamydia?
Koala.
They have chlamydia, yeah, that's right. Winnebago. What title character who walks to Stonehenge with her husband Angel Clare in an 1891 novel by Thomas Hardy is descended from the noble D'Urbervilles?
Jude?
Jude?
No, I do need it from the captain, but also I got it as a directed answer. That's Tess. Over to Byron. The Theodore Roosevelt Presidential Library is scheduled to open on July 4th, 2026, near Theodore Roosevelt National Park in what state? That's time. It's North Dakota. Back to Winnebago. What former secretary for E.D. Nixon sparked a widespread boycott in 1955 in Montgomery, Alabama, after she refused to give up her seat on a bus?
Yeah, Park.
Rosa Parks?
Yeah. Over to Byron. In 1865, Henry Wirtz was executed for his role in running what kind of facility near Andersonville, Georgia, where almost 13,000 people died?
Clinic?
Louder.
Clinic?
No, it's a prison camp, a prisoner of war camp. Winnebago. What philosopher who described the possibility of being misled by a demon in his Meditations on First Philosophy said, "I think, therefore I am"?
Descartes?
That's right. Byron. Carlos Fuentes' novel, The Old Gringo, fictionalizes what other author who disappeared in Mexico and wrote the satirical Devil's Dictionary? That's time. That one's Ambrose Bierce. So we have 130 for Winnebago and 30 for Byron, but we still have a lot of game left to play. We'll be back with the Bergstrom bonus question right after this.
Red Skull, Hydra, and Adolf Hitler are known enemies of which comic book, super soldier, and one-time Avenger?
And welcome back to State Line Quiz Bowl, where we have the Bergstrom bonus question. Now, there's no points at stake on this question, but I know from talking to the teams that they care as much about the Salamone's Pizza and Pasta Party they're playing for as any of the points at stake. So fingers on buzzers. Here we go. Red Skull, Hydra, and Adolf Hitler. Ben?
Marvel.
No. Finish for Winnebago. Are known enemies of which comic book super... That is Carson.
Captain America.
Captain America. So congratulations, Carson. You just got your team a pizza and pasta party from Salamone's Italian Restaurant. And we'll be back with the lightning round after this. Welcome back to Stayline Quiz Bowl, where it's time for the lightning round, which is powered by IBEW Nika. Now we've got a 100-point game right now, but also 100 points at stake in each of these lightning rounds, and Winnebago is going to have their first pick. A reminder on the lightning rounds, Riley and George, I want all the answers coming from the captains. So Riley, your team is picking between the 3 B's of classical music, women in sports, and 3 consonants.
We can probably do 3 B's, but it's up to you guys.
3 B's consonants.
Go 3 B's.
Consonants?
Okay.
Okay.
3 consonants. You're going to give me these sets of initials like JFK for John F. Kennedy that are all composed of 3 consonants.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
With the nature of the category, I ask you to speak up and enunciate as much as you can. You've got 10 questions. You've got 60 seconds on the clock. Byron, you know that you'll get to pick up what they miss, and here we go. Nickname for the president from 1933 to 1945.
FDR?
Yes. Fast food company founded by Colonel Sanders.
KFC?
Yes. Adobe format that preserves file formatting.
PDF?
Yes. The UK's national broadcaster.
BBC?
Say
BBC?
again? Yes. Navigation system based on US satellites.
GPS?
Yes. The nickname for Saudi Arabia's crown prince.
Skip. Pass.
Pass.
Okay. Music notation meaning extremely quiet.
Pass.
Official initialism for East Germany.
GDR.
GDR?
Yes. Salt of glutamic acid used as a food additive.
Just pass.
Pass.
Organization for which Kennesaw Mountain Landis was a commissioner.
TVA?
Sure.
TVA?
No. The nickname for Saudi Arabia's crown prince.
I don't know. Say something.
JFK?
No. Music notation meaning extremely quiet.
Hey, wait, 3 B's.
That's time. So you got 6 right for 60 points. There are going to be 4 coming your way. Byron, you have 30 seconds to clean up what you can, beginning with nickname for Saudi Arabia's crown prince.
CPM,
No. Music notation meaning extremely quiet.
PPP,
Yes. Salt of glutamic acid used as a food additive.
MSG.
Yes. Organization for which Kennesaw Mountain Landis was a commissioner.
The CDA. No, the CDC. What? CDC.
CDC.
No. And you've taken a shot at all 4, so that's the round. You got 2 of those right for 20 points. The ones that we didn't get, Saudi Arabia's crown prince is MBS, Mohammed bin Salman. And Kennesaw Mountain Landis, we guessed governmental stuff, it's MLB. He was the commissioner of Major League Baseball. So, 60 and 20. Now Byron gets their pick. Byron, you are deciding between the 3 B's of classical music and women in sports.
Composers.
Okay, yep, the 3 B's of classical music. So, given a statement, tell me whether it applies to J.S. Bach, Ludwig van Beethoven, Johannes Brahms, or none of the above. All of the above is not an answer. It's one of the 3 or it's none of them. You have a fresh minute on the clock and 10 questions. Here we go. His 9th symphony ends with a setting of Ode to Joy.
Beethoven.
Yes. Was born in England.
Brahms.
No. Wrote more than 200 cantatas.
Brahms.
No. Composed a German requiem.
Bach.
No. Fidelia was his only opera.
Brahms.
No. Is considered a composer of the Baroque period.
Bach.
Yes. Died before age 40.
Brahms.
No. Was a close friend of Robert and Clara Schumann.
Brahms.
Yes. His oratorios based on the life of Christ include a St. Matthew Passion.
Brahms.
No. And a movement from a string quartet became his Adagio for strings.
Beethoven.
No. But you didn't pass any of them, so that's the end of your portion of the round. You got 3 right for 30. Winnebago, you've got 7 coming your way and only 30 seconds to get through them. Again, it is
less than
J.S.
5 for
Bach,
each.
Ludwig van Beethoven, Johannes Brahms, or none of the above. Here we go. Was born in England.
I'd say none.
Bach.
No. Wrote more than 200 cantatas.
Bach.
Bach.
Yes. Composed a German requiem.
None.
No. Fidelia was his only opera.
I think it's a Beethoven.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Beethoven.
Yes. Died before age 40.
I think that's
I feel like Beethoven.
Beethoven?
is the ninth.
No. His oratorios based on the life of Christ include a St. Matthew Passion.
Brahms.
They said Brahms.
Bach. Bach.
Yes. And a movement from a string quartet became his Adagio for strings. That's time. So you did get 3 of your own there for 30 points. That leaves us with, was born in England? That's none of them. They all were born in Germany. Composed a German requiem? That is Brahms. Died before age 40? That is actually also none of them. All 3 made it to 55 or later. And the Adagio for strings in that last question is by Samuel Barber. So it's a B in classical music, but it's none of the above on that one. So at the end of our lightning round, we have Winnebago with 220, we have Byron with 80, and we have our final challenge left to play. But first, some commercials. And welcome back to State Line Quiz Bowl, where it's time for the final challenge. Final challenge is brought to you by Mercy Health. Now, we currently have a 140-point margin, but every question in this final round is worth 20 points, so things can change in a hurry. Fingers on buzzers, good luck, both teams. Here we go. What novel, whose protagonist is from Jufure in the Gambia, is subtitled The Saga of an American Family, is about Kunta Kinte, and is by Alex Haley? Carson? Incorrect. And that's time. That's Roots. Next question. What word can mean a device on the back of a car that improves its aerodynamics? Or, that's Ben. Sorry, no. A finish for Winnebago? Or certain types of unwanted information? Carson?
Spoiler.
Yes. What state, which is home to the Block Island Sound and most of Narragansett Bay, is known as the Ocean State? Carson?
Massachusetts.
Incorrect. I'll finish for Byron. And is governed from Providence. Hayden?
Rhode Island.
Is correct. Next question. A trill is a special case of what musical effect, denoted by heavy bars, that is a rapid alternation between 2 notes? George?
Vibrato.
Incorrect, sorry. Merrick?
Fugue.
That's what a tremolo is. In what election did the first third-party campaign of Texas billionaire Ross Perot, Carson?
1992.
Is correct. What international organization is responsible for approving the names of elements and standardizing the rules for naming compounds? Carson?
International Chemist Union.
No. Hayden?
ISP?
No, it's a long thing, but IUPAC is the acronym. It's Pure and Applied Chemistry. What planet, which was hit in 1994 by pieces of comet Shoemaker-Levy 9, has 4 Galilean moons, including Callisto, Europa, and Carson?
Jupiter.
Is correct. What creature produces a blue, uncertain, stumbling sound in an Emily Dickinson poem about hearing it when I died? Merrick?
Skylark.
No. Evan?
Raven.
No, that's from I heard a fly buzz when I died. Next question. What country, with which Great Britain fought the Cod War, was home to Nobel... Carson?
Iceland.
Good buzz. What pro-slavery merchant from South Carolina was the namesake of a yellow flag depicting a snake? Carson?
Gadsden.
Christopher Gadsden. Yes. What battle in which a charge by the 20th Maine under Joshua Chamberlain? Carson?
Gettysburg.
Battle of Gettysburg is correct to finish on a hat trick, and that's the game. Excellent game to both teams. Byron got into triple digits, but commiserations. It's been a pleasure having you. And Winnebago, you're headed to the Elite Eight. Well done. We'll see you all next week.